JJ, does this week feel any different simply because, you know, you're the starter and it's your first game as everybody's starter? Does it feel different to you at all?
I mean, I think from a standpoint of that, reason why I might feel a little different because maybe I think it's the game one. I know coming out the gate, going into the season, I'm gonna start game one. I feel like that's the only thing that's different. Last year, we know we had Trevor. Trevor's gonna start game one. I think knowing now that I'm gonna be the starter for game one, that's about the only thing that's different. Yes, sir.
I don't know how many fans were in the South Bend for that Notre Dame game, but it ain't going to be what it's going to be like on Saturday night. Are you excited about being in front of a full house, and you know how big is the occasion on the offensive line?
I think it's going to be amazing, yeah. And I think South Bend, I don't know how many people it was there. I think it was only maybe 25,000. I mean, it felt like a lot. I think they had like music pumping in. It was super cool. But I know I'm super excited about going to Charlotte, and I don't know how many people they hold in Charlotte, but I know it's going to be a packed stadium. So it'll be my first time playing in a packed stadium, so it's going to be a real cool experience, and I'm really excited about it, sir.
What communication do you think communication on the offensive line?
I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We practiced it. We practiced work different counts, work different snap cadences and stuff like that. So I think we'll be perfectly fine. Yes, sir.
Practice silent count?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, we practice silent count, everything we do. Yes, sir.
Several of your teammates have said this is a lot like a college football playoff kind of game.
Yes, sir.
You're approaching it that way. You might see these guys again.
Yeah, no, I know Coach Sweeney's talked about it. He's like, yeah, we might be able to see these guys later down the road. But I feel like, I mean, for me, every single game, whatever game it is, whatever the next game is, so this will be the next game. That's the biggest game of the season for me. So it doesn't matter if we're playing another team. It doesn't really matter who we're playing. So whatever the next game up is the biggest game, I feel like.
Data talked about as campus went on, your fundamentals got better in terms of being cleaner. Can you talk about that, maybe specifically what they were talking about?
I think just consistency with reads, attention to details. I think just stuff like that, just making the right decision every single play, be able to put the offense in the right position, and make sure I'm doing my job the correct way every single play. I think that's what they're talking about.
And when they say trusting your footwork, what exactly do you feel like that?
I think that is just making sure my footwork is correct on whatever type of drop I need to take, whatever type of mesh I need to take, that it's all fluent, and I don't have to really think about it, and then I'm really consistent with it.
Last year you had a different wide receiver core when you were in there, pretty much the whole time you were in there with the injuries and all. This year getting back Justin and Frank and Joe and adding Bo and Dakari to the picture.
Sir.
You know, what's it been like for you out there being able to have the wide receiver youth, description out there every snap, you know, and what's it been like to have Justin back?
I mean, be able to have all the receivers back. I'll talk about all the receivers. I mean, it's a true blessing for me. It makes my job real easy, and I don't got to really worry about the receivers. I know I have so much talent and so much depth in the receiver room that it just makes my job easier. I can just be able to just kind of just close my eyes and just put the ball in their vicinity, and they're going to make the grab. But be able to have Justin Ross back is huge, man. I feel like he's the best receiver in college football. I'll continue to say that. He's a huge part of our team, and I love him, man. He's a straight-up dog. He wants to get out there, competes. He's just a great player, and I'm super happy that he's back.
Well, going off of that, I was talking to Eric McLean, who works for the ACC Network, and he was saying that this could be potentially the best receiver core Clemson's had all time. How special do you think this core can be?
I think definitely. I mean, I wasn't here for when all the other receiver cores when we had DeAndre Hopkins, Sammy Watkins, everybody else. But I know what we have right now in this room is very talented. It's very special. So I think, yeah, definitely this receiver room, it could be one of the best ever to come through here, sir.
Has it been challenging at all working with 3 different centers in practice?
Not at all. I mean, all the centers that we work with, I work with. I mean, they do a great job, snapping, do a great job communicating. I feel like we have some really good centers. So I mean, I'm super comfortable with all 3 of them.
Who's the first guy you hand the ball off to? What's your confidence in?
I mean, I have no clue who's going to come. Who I'm handing the ball off to first. That's a question for Coach Spiller. But I just know whoever backs out there first, I know they're going to do the job. And we have a lot of backs, so we'll be rotating a lot of backs through the game. We just have a really good, really deep running back room, so it's going to be real special.
If Will Shipley is that guy, do you have confidence in the true freshman to go out there in a game like this? And if so, what gives you that confidence?
Yeah, whoever. I mean, Will Shipley, if it's Lin J, if it's Kobe Pace, if it's Phil Maffa, Mikey Dukes, I mean, whoever it is, I have a confidence in every single running back out there. Whoever's going to step out first, that they're going to be able to do their job, and they've shown in practice, everyone's shown in practice that they've done a really good job. So I'll be confident whoever runs out there first.
You're no stranger to JT Daniels. You guys came from the same league. It seems like a lot of high school quarterbacks running around right now.
Yes, sir.
Since you come from the high school league, you guys play together. Have you guys spoke at all since the matchup was named? And have you guys thought about the tie-in back to California for you guys?
No, I haven't really spoke to JT since. I mean, I think I seen him back home. That was a while ago, but I haven't really spoke to him or texted him or anything like that about the game. I don't know. We just haven't been in contact about it. Yes, sir.
What is it about that league back there? All you guys come out of, not just you, but the young kid over Alabama and a couple others.
Yeah, the Trinity League. I mean, I think for me, I think that's the best high school football league in the country. I mean, I think the talent speaks for itself, and the type of kids that have come out of the Trinity League, quarterback-wise and every other position. I feel like it's a level of competition in that league is something different that you see across the nation, that every single team in that league is a real competitor for a state championship, and they have legit college guys on the team.
Were you surprised at all to see that you were given the third best odds to win the Heisman ahead of guys like JT Daniels and Sam Howell, guys that have more playing time than you have?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know that. I mean, I haven't really been paying too much attention to that, but I mean, that's a great honor I take. I mean, I'm super thankful that they think I'm the third highest. So I mean, I just take that. I'm just thankful for that. Sorry.
I'm sorry, DJ. A lot of college fans who are going to tune in are going to look at this and say, well, Clemson lost Trevor and they lost Travis.
Sure.
Their offense can't be as good as it was. Are you confident this offense can be just the same with you and the running backs and everybody doing their jobs?
Yes, sir. 100%. I'm very confident in this offense, and I think everyone on the offense is too. I know Coach Elliott says it every day that our goal is that we want to be able to be the best offense in the country, and I feel like every day we're at practice that we're working towards that goal. So I think we're all super confident in the offense and who lost, and we just know we have a lot of guys who are going to be able to step up this year and ready to play.
Coach Elliott was saying that I think it was Saturday practice, so it was 10 a.m. You got here at 7 to watch film. What do you do for 3 hours? Like, what are you watching?
It's different stuff, practices, different game film, depending on, so like Georgia game plan, just whatever we're doing in the game plan, just defensive recognition, and I know, I think I did get here at 7 a.m. Watch film for a little bit, and then I might get a little bit of treatment after, but yeah, I just like to get my day started early, try to get up here before everybody gets up here and just get a little bit more filming.
Tony says that you can tell you're in the room because your music's on. He can be playing. So what do you listen to while you're watching film?
It just depends. Whatever the day it is. I like listening to Nipsey Hussle, different LA rappers. There's all types of music. I know he was telling me about listening to Nas' new album, so I was listening to that for a little bit. But it just depends on whatever mood I'm in. I listen to anybody.
What motivates you to get your day started that early and to be here at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning?
For me, I want to be great, man. I want to be great. So that's as simple as that. I want to make sure that when I step out on the field, I'm ready to go, and that my teammates can be able to count on me, that I'll be out there, and then that they'll know that I'll be ready to go. That's my main thing.
Who taught you the preparation aspect? I know you've had a lot of coaches, a lot of quarterback coaches who taught you that that's an important piece and to do that.
I think there's been a lot of coaches over the years. In high school, preparation was huge. Coming in St. John Bosco, my first offensive coordinator, Chad Johnson, he's telling me preparation. He always talk about film study. And then you kind of just watch. You kind of just watch like documentaries on ESPN. You see all the quarterbacks talking about film study. And then I got to talk to different quarterbacks at a young age. Like, what was the biggest thing that felt like they separated from the rest of the package is film study, defensive recognition, and just knowing exactly every time you step on the field and you look at the defense, know exactly what the covers are in, what the front is, what the blitz is coming, and just little different tendencies that you can pick up that just makes the game a lot much easier.
How much
Saturday,
how
DJ,
much average?
college football fans are watching week 0 of college football. You guys might have got a chance to watch some football, but we got to see our first installment of those Dr. Pepper Fansville
Yes, sir.
commercials. And guess who was on there? What was it like to see yourself on a national commercial?
It was pretty crazy. It was super exciting, man. I'm thankful for Dr. Pepper to be able to choose me to be able to put on their Fansville. It was a true honor. But I mean, it was super cool. I mean, it was a no-brainer for me to be able to go work with Dr. Pepper, and I love the drinks and everything. But it was super cool to be able to see that on there. I know my mom, she was super excited. She kind of started tearing up a little bit, but it was exciting, man. It was a true blessing to be able to be on my first commercial.
So with that, is there any pressure this week considering JT's with Zaxby's and you're with Bojangles?
I don't think there's any pressure. I mean, that stuff. I mean, the main goal is we're just here worrying about the game. That stuff can be left to the side.
The main question though with this game, do you use mayonnaise on your chicken sandwiches?
I mean, yes, sir. I mean, whatever I do, yes, sir.
Do you think he does? Because he's from Southern California. I don't know, would he?
I mean, I can't speak on what he put on his chicken sandwiches, but he might. I'm not sure.
So DJ, I have 2 questions. The first is kind of simple one, going back to music. Did you listen to Donda? Did you like it?
I have not. I mean, I kind of listened to it a little bit. I mean, I think the first song, I think it was just saying Donda. I think me and Brian were talking about it. It just said Donda for the first 45 seconds. I thought that was I thought that might have been a little weird, but I know I think I listened. I was really excited to listen to one song with Roddy Ricch. I think it was Pure Souls. I got to listen to that one for a little bit, but I mean, I haven't really listened to the album yet.
Yeah, definitely. My other question was just leading up from the preparation. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence has been able to go to all these big games. Have you been able to speak to him since he's gone to Jacksonville and talk to him about this big Week 1 matchup?
Yeah, I haven't reached out to him. I know, reason why, I mean, he has a huge job in front of him. I mean, he's starting quarterback for the Jaguars. I mean, he has a lot on his plate, so I don't want to bother him with different stuff like that. He has a whole he has a whole different life to worry about that. I don't want to ask questions about different stuff like that. I mean, I'm just out there watching from a distance, just watching him doing great. I know he had a great game, I think yesterday versus the Cowboys. I think he went for 11 for 12 for like 132 yards, so that was super cool to see. So, I mean, but no, I haven't asked him about anything.
DJ, what did you learn from that Notre Dame game? Just the first big-time atmosphere, I guess, and your second start, first road start.
I think what I learned from that is just that, I mean, it was a super cool environment to be able to play Notre Dame in. I mean, it was a really well team. They were a great team playing against them. I think it's just what I took from that was just that, I mean, I think every play matters. That you need to know, you need to make sure that you're locked in every single play. That in those big games, that one little mistake can lead to a big outcome. So I feel like that's what I took from that.
What was that week after the game like for you, and was it hard at all? Like, you know, most times you lose a game and you're right back out there. Has it been hard at all having to wait so long to make another start and get another team?
I mean, I haven't really thought about that being like, yeah, that was the last game that I started. I mean, it was just, I haven't really thought about that. I mean, that's a good question. So, I mean, but it's definitely exciting knowing that coming into game 1 I'm going to be starting. So I would feel like, I mean, it's definitely been a built-up excitement since that game that definitely want to get back out there in the field and just be able to start another game. Yes, sir.
DJ, you feel like you've watched film of a lot of different guys in the secondary just because UGA did have a lot of turnover and they've maybe been trying out different guys in different positions back there?
Yeah, I've been watching film on the secondary, everybody on the defense, and I know they've got a couple good guys coming in. I know, I think the guy from West Virginia, Tyreek Smith, a really good guy. I know DK, I've known him for a while. I mean, he's a really good corner. But they have a lot of good guys there. I know Kylie Ringo, so I mean, it's going to be a really good game. I know they have a really good defense, and it's going to be a very exciting game.
What is your relationship like with DK? Have you talked to him since he left?
I've talked to him one time since he's left. I mean, I love DK, man. He's a dog. I mean, he's a competitor on the field, good guy off the field. I loved him. I mean, he was a super cool guy. I mean, I love DK. I wish him all the best at Georgia. Hope he has a great game, and hope he has a great season this year.
DJ, how do you feel about? You must be pretty proud of how this team is taking care of its vaccinations and things like that. They've reached that threshold. What was the message from coaches? Was that early on? Hey, you know, we need to do this in order to be, you know, in order to play, in order to be out there.
I mean, Coach Sweeney, he's done a really good job with that, and I feel like as a team we've done a really good job with that with the vaccination. Coach Sweeney he's done a really good job in informing us about giving information about the vaccine and just giving us all the information that we need to know to make us comfortable for people that they want to. I think the main goal is what he's want to do is just make sure he knows all the players on the team know exactly what's in the vaccination or what's pros and cons and different stuff like that. But I know we've done a really good job of reaching that threshold. I think 85%, and be able to have everyone vaccinated like that.
Do you worry at all about maybe the few guys who may not be vaccinated? Do you worry about them putting you guys at risk or not?
For me personally, I don't. I know that they're doing the right things. I feel everybody on the team, not just them, everyone on the right team. The team's doing the right things, but following the protocol. If they're vaccinated or not, I know that they're following the right protocols and just being cautious of themselves while in their day-to-day life. So I have all full confidence in everybody. Sir.
Talked to Coach Negro and he said this isn't just Georgia Clemson. This is modern day Bosco showdown. For you, what does that mean for you to represent not just Bosco but the IE, Southern California, all the way over here on this kind of a stage?
I think it means everything to me. You know, this is what I've always wanted to do. Coming into college, I want to be able to play games on a huge stage like this, and coming from high school playing on a big stage, that I didn't want to go to a drop-off and be able to not play in these big games like I did in high school. So being a kid coming from the Inland Empire, playing at Bosco, be able to play on College Game Day versus Georgia is a huge accomplishment. I'm super happy to be able to be in this situation.
Do you think it's kind of a chance for you to get some redemption, considering you got the first two in the playoffs there?
I mean, yeah, I guess so, but I haven't really thought about that. I mean, that's stuff's in high school. I haven't really. I mean, that stuff's in the past. So I mean, I haven't really thought about that. But I'm just worried about this game. Just worried about game 1. Sir.
Sorry to go back to Notre Dame one more time, but were there any mixed emotions with that game where you played so well, but the team did get the win, like you said, all these records and everything. Did you have any mixed emotions after? What was your thoughts?
I mean, the only thing that matters to me, it doesn't matter how many yards to throw for or how well I played. That is just as long as we win the game. That's the main thing. That's all I want to do. And then I know we lost the game. I know we played a great game, but I mean, yeah, it was definitely tough. You don't want to lose a game ever for me. And I think that was probably the only thing. I just wish that we would have came out with a W. Sir.
Well, going back to high school, obviously Beaux Collins is coming here. He played the same high school as you, going to be a true freshman. How good do you think that connection can be this season?
I think it'd be really good, man. I mean, me and Beau, we have a chemistry from high school growing up. I mean, I've thrown to him for 3 years already, so I've known him for a while. And I mean, it's gonna be great, man. I'm really comfortable with Beau, comfortable with a lot of other receivers too, along with Beau. But I mean, we just had that chemistry since high school, so yes, sir.
Yeah, I think when we talked to you in Charlotte, you had said that coaches were kind of getting Shipley's feet wet in the run game and just kind of asking him about that. Have you seen them increase his load in the passing game and just kind of his threat as a receiver since then?
I think so, yeah. I mean, for Shipley, I mean, he can do it all. He's a back that can be able to run the ball in between the tackles, run outside the tackles. Guy can catch it, can line him up at receiver. I mean, he has a lot of special talents. I mean, he's just a really good back overall. I mean, he can do a lot of things, kind of like Alvin Kamara. Compare him to like Alvin Kamara, where he can get in the pass game, get in the run game, and do a lot of different things. And I think he's a real special player.
What's the biggest challenge with this Georgia defense you guys going to face on Saturday night?
I think the biggest challenge I would say is just for us. I know we talk about the offense just playing our game. I wouldn't say is that Georgia has an amazing defense. They have great players inside with their D tackles, linebackers, corners, D ends. But I know we talk about every single week is that we just don't want to be able to beat ourselves. So I feel like we come in every single day is that we're just preparing for Clemson and just want to be able to just play our game out there.
Have anything for DJ from Zoom?
Hey DJ, this is Tyrese with Clemson Sports Talk. Coach Sweeney has been has had compliments, about the walk-on receivers. Are there any specific walk-on receivers that you have confidence in or that have impressed you?
I think there's a lot. I mean, there's been a lot of walk-on receivers that have been really good this fall camp. I mean, I don't know if Max May's on scholarship. I don't know if Coach Sweeney's put him on scholarship, but I know he was a walk-on. But I know he had a really amazing fall camp. I mean, he practiced really well. He made some big-time plays in team, 7-on. I mean, he's had a really good fall camp. I feel like he's had his best camp of his career here at Clemson. So I think that might have been one he was talking about.
All right, with that, we'll wrap DJ up. Thank you very much.
Sir, thank you, guys.